Merry Christmas. Yes, that is right. If you are hearing this on the day that episode 10 of The Rebuilt Man releases, it is Christmas morning, guys. And I just want to take a moment right now and extend a word of gratitude, love, and appreciation for your support here over the past few weeks with this show. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because obviously this episode will air forever. But for those of you that are here today as we release episode 10, I hope you're taking the day to spend the time with your loved ones. I hope you're taking the day to live in a state of gratitude and truly feel the appreciation for everything that we have that this life has given us. Guys, we are at episode 10 and we have seen tremendous growth right out of the gates, guys, in the first week in the top 200 podcast of all of Apple here in the United States. And we made it to number 77 in Canada, guys, and it's all because of you. So one asset I have here of you guys today, if you're getting value out of these shows, take a moment, leave us a 5-star rating and written review. But more importantly, there's guys in your life that you know can benefit from hearing these messages. Take a moment and share this with as many people as possible, guys. But what I want to talk to you about today is a 7-step blueprint, a formula for you to go into 2024 to create a porn-free life, never turning back from this thing, guys. So if you've been struggling with breaking through, if you've been struggling with finding the freedom that you ultimately deserve, this episode is going to lay out our 7-step process from the 7-step guide that I wrote back in 2020, guys. This was one of the first pieces of original content that I created here at Rebuilt Recovery, and I'm bringing it all the way back to you guys here today. So I'm going to walk you through these 7 steps. I'm going to walk you through how to take action on these so you can get clear on your addiction, you can get clear on the root of these issues, but more importantly, you can build the mental toughness, the resilience, the discipline, and the willpower, and the fortitude to stick through with this thing. So you can get on the other side of your 90-day mark. You can get on the other side of the six-month mark and go on to create a lasting life 100% free of pornography, guys. So I'm going to walk you through the 7 steps, and if you want to actually get this book, okay, it's 100% free ebook. Like I said, I wrote it back in 2020. You can visit the 7stepguide.com. I'm gonna link it down there in the show notes. I'm gonna link it down there in the description box if you guys are watching over there on YouTube. But the first step of creating a life 100% free of pornography is to identify and admit the negative impact that pornography has had on your life. Okay, in order to initiate change, we must be able to identify and admit all the ways in which pornography has had a negative impact on our life. Getting clear on the consequences is essential in motivating yourself to pursue a life without pornography. So in this first step, guys, take some time to reflect on how this addiction has hindered your career, how it's held you back in your relationships, how it's limited your personal growth, how it's had a negative impact on your overall happiness. And get really, really clear on this so that in step 2, we can make a commitment to that change and seek the accountability that we need. So step 2 is a 2-step process. You need to make a commitment to making the changes in the ways that porn has negatively impacted your life. You need to recruit somebody into your corner, okay? This addiction will require you to get outside of yourself. It will require you to get a second set of eyes, a third-party perspective on what is going on in your life. You know, if we look at any successful addiction organization across the board over the past 100+ years, 12 steps, AA, Celebrate Recovery, men's support groups, purity focus groups, they're all centered around the relationship component. And many of us do believe that pornography addiction has its roots wrapped up in an intimacy disorder. So by finding help, by finding the help, the accountability that you need, you're going to be able to feel the encouragement, feel the support, but more important, you're going to have somebody that you can bounce ideas off of, you can bounce your struggles off of, and they're going to give you a perspective that you cannot see while you're caught up in struggling with this. So step 1, identify and admit all the ways in which porn has negatively impacted your life. Step 2, make a commitment to change and seek the accountability that you need. That leads us to our 3rd step, which is us now beginning to take action and building resistance and building some discipline and building some fortitude. And it's to go on a fast. So go on a fast of food for 40 to 48 hours. Yes, I'm calling you to not eat food for 48 days. Sorry, for 48 hours. Don't go 48 days because that would be dangerous. And I don't want that on my life, guys. Okay, so 48 hours. Denying yourself the instant gratification in the form of food can help you strengthen your ability to resist urges, resist temptations that are associated with your struggles with pornography addiction. This strategy is built on helping you build mental resilience, which proves beneficial in combating the cravings, guys. If you can learn to deny the things that go in your mouth on a daily basis, you will find the strength to deny yourself of those temptations when pornography is calling you. Now, it's also going to be a spiritual component that's wrapped up in this. It's going to raise your mental awareness, and it's going to help you in taking action on the fourth step. Now, the fourth step is to create a vision for your life without pornography. Get clear, okay? So go back to step one, where we got clear on the negative impact that pornography was having on our life. This fourth step is to make the necessary changes and improvements and outline what your life can look like if you stay porn free. Okay, so it's time to create this vision for your life. Envision the specific goals that you want to achieve. Consider where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years. By having a clear vision on who you can become and the work that you need to do in order to get there, it's gonna work as the motivation and inspiration that you need when times get tough, when times get difficult. Okay, so step 4 is to create an actionable, very clear vision for your life without pornography. Step 5 is to take that vision and break it down into an actionable plan. Okay, guys, this is where the work really begins for you, because if we know that we can create a specific life for ourselves in the next 3 to 5 years, well, chances are there's going to be a gap from who we are today in order to who it is we need to become. So this 5th step is filling the holes in that gap. Okay, if you're a man that is not pursuing purpose and passion in his life, and you're a man that is not leveling up his game and his finances, if you're a man that doesn't have the meaningful relationships, well, those need to be broken down into how do you actually create those in your life. I am a guy that sees the world through action. Okay, we can create anything we want. We can accomplish any goals we set out for ourselves if we're willing to do the work. Okay, so this 5th step is figuring out what work needs to be done on your part in order to become the man that no longer lives porn free. Now, once you got clear on the actionable steps, now you begin to need to change your perspective. And this leads us into step 6, which is to begin to practice gratitude on a daily basis, ideally first thing in the morning. Gratitude is so important for all of us because it shapes our perspective. It gives us the lens at which we see the world through. And when we're struggling with pornography, oftentimes it is hard to see the other side of these things. Many times we have this negative filter, this negative lens at which we see the world through. Having a daily gratitude practice, starting our morning first thing with identifying 3 to 5 things that we are grateful for, shifts your perspective. Now you're living in a state of pure joy, living in a state of gratitude. And as you tackle on the day, when things get tough, you'll see those as opportunities for growth versus chances and reasons to turn back and return back to pornography, guys. So step 6 here is to begin to have a daily gratitude practice. And step 7 is perhaps the most important part of this entire blueprint, and it's to have belief in yourself. This is not an actionable step. This becomes a frame of mind. You must believe in yourself that you can live without pornography in order to become the man that can live without pornography. So regardless of your past failures, regardless of the time that you've spent in this addiction, it is essential for you to believe that you have the power within you to break free. Embrace the fact that others have succeeded. This is why accountability, this is why support groups, this is why being in programs with other men is so uplifting, because it shows you what is possible. Overcoming pornography addiction is a journey that requires your commitment, your self-reflection, and strategic planning paired with the right mindset and belief systems on how you can become the man that no longer lives without pornography, guys. So 7 steps here, guys. Identify and admit the negative impact that porn has had on your life. Step 2, make a commitment to change and seek the accountability that you need. Step 3, begin to practice fasting by going on a 2-day fast from food. Step 4, create a vision for your life that you can live without pornography. Step 5, break that vision down into an actionable plan that you can begin to take action on. Step 6, live in a state of gratitude on a daily basis by having a regular practice. And step 7, begin to build belief in yourself, guys. And like I said, if you want to get your hands on this book, visit www.the7stepguide.com. I'll link it down there in the show notes below, but all you gotta do is put your email address in. We'll send it over to you guys right away. But Coach Frank Rich here, episode 10 of The Rebuilt Man, 7 steps to creating a life free of pornography. We love you guys. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Hope you have an amazing day. And let's get ready to make 2024 the best year of our lives. God bless you guys. We'll see you in the next one.